Art is an inspiration to people.
Most art is about expressing yourself.
Everyone thinks different, and it's interesting to learn how different people think.
Walk by art galleries and they're kind of contained in this little area, but now we're kind of throwing art up on the street.
Students from the school come together, they all sit down, they talk about it, they come up with the idea, it turns into a mural.
These murals that we've created over the past few years is one of the things that I'm glad that I could be a part of.
We all have some desire to have an effect outside of ourselves. A public art form is one of the greatest ways to do that.
So for the kids to be inspired by the artwork in the Rockwell Museum, which is an incredible collection, it gives them such a wonderful point of view.
Because I thought the Rockwell was just a museum, but I know it's like more deeper than that.
I love the opportunity to work with the students in this atmosphere of real exploration.
Triangle Fund has supported the Corning Area Youth Center, the Rockwell Museum, and the High School Learning Center for years, independent of each other. Then when Gigi came to me with the proposal for the Alley Art Project, our board was extremely impressed that this would now be something to include, the community as well.
Interesting and exciting opportunity to directly connect the students in the High School Learning Center with a process which would become visible in the community of Corning. We're not coming to them and saying, well, here's what we're going to do. It's a real process, an evolutionary process
Of working together. We could all put little things on there. It makes it our own,
Well, after brainstorming and after coming up with a lot of ideas, I think one of the things that really stuck out for me was the reflection.
How do you go from an idea to making something happen in the world?
We were looking for a way to integrate academics into this piece. It seemed like the next step to go with the mural.
The connection between science, nature, and art.
Working with something like math hands-on, it often is looked at as I'm not going to use it in life, and this is something, this idea of a fractal is something that surrounds us.
I just love the fact that the kids can start to make those connections.
When the whole idea of the mural project was introduced, trying to get kids excited about it, I guess, was a little difficult. They were a little apprehensive to start something that required artistic talent when they didn't think they had it.
Well, the sun's supposed to be over that way, so shading would be like here. Yeah.
I think for some of them maybe a little bit overwhelming at first, the idea of not being a painter, but you're going to be able to paint something huge and it's going to last in the community.
What if we did like just little stripes on it, like patterns? Yellow, cool.
It gave us the motivation because without the youth center, I would have been like, yeah, I'm not doing this mural. But every Tuesday I come there and they're like, mural time, it's like, yay! And they give me like the motivation to come here to do it.
I like to watch the kids, start with their ideas and develop them along the way. And it's been great for me to be able to help them develop them artistically. And maybe if they thought that they couldn't do something, to show them how to do it.
You'll take the darker color and just do tiny little petals in here, and then we'll have to mix up the color for the lighter color gold, but that'll be pretty easy to do.
And watch them grow and learn and see how they kind of put their own twist on things.
They tend to create pieces that are meaningful to them, and then they're able to take those pieces and put them within the community.
Having everybody be very into the design process already had them comfortable with what they were doing, and they had their own individual paintings, so they were mostly painting something that they liked the subject matter of and were comfortable with what they were working on.
Everybody who's a part of it doesn't have to be a terrific drawer or a painter. Idea people are really important to this process.
Once they started doing it, I think they got confidence in themselves that they can actually do this. And then when it evolved to seeing it out on the mural, that's when I think they got really excited when they saw what it was going to look like.
And all of a sudden they would produce something and the other students would be in awe of it.
I thought I wasn't good at drawing, but now I learned that it's not hard.
I learned that I have some very artistic abilities, because I thought, just stick-to-stick figures and stuff, but when we're out painting, I'm just like, oh, this needs a little more here and there. I picked the roses because they have a vine and it kind of like winds up and connects everything. It kind of represents me because I just like to connect everybody together.
Everybody starts off as nothing, like a flower starts off as a seed. It's simple. And then over time you just grow into something beautiful.
I have to think about what represents me. It shows the community that they seem like an interesting person. And I use the butterfly as a symbolism of myself because they start out as a little caterpillar, then they grow into a big butterfly.
They're getting the opportunity to actually create something, draw something out, start with it, and then actually see it come to life.
Art really has a big impact too because a lot of artists, they express their emotion throughout the painting.
You can't necessarily say what you want to say to everybody that's going to be where you once stood.
I think that's kind of the reason why I do like to look at art sometimes, is to look at other people's point of views.
Creating something, whether it's a song and recording it, or painting something, or drawing something, or is a way to actually reflect yourself for a longer period of time.
I think it brought us all closer together because we were all kind of learning about each other in a way by expressing ourselves.
The interconnectedness of their own little group and how they can connect with each other and connect with their community.
It's frankly beautifying the space here, beautifying my building, which otherwise was just sort of an ugly back of an alleyway. So I think it's cliche, but it's a win-win in so many ways.
All these people's ideas, just from the beginning theme to watch it progress into becoming the mural, it's crazy to think of how many people work together on it, and it's been so smooth.
It was great to see all the different pieces work together, the museum, the youth center.
It's more than just the murals that are out there. It's the relationships that these kids have built.
An individual student artist can connect to the greater world around them.
Maybe I'm an example of if you figure out what you really like and if you really work towards what you really like to do, then this is a community that will help you get to where you want to be.
Anytime we can get students to express themselves through not only their own artwork, but also through somebody else's artwork and somebody else's expression, it can give them a new connection.
It's so exciting to put art on the street because it becomes something for everybody, and it brings awareness. It brings visibility to students and to the High School Learning Center, the Corning Area Youth Center. A lot of people might not even be aware that those programs exist in Corning.
So the Garden of Spirit is going to be one of the murals that will always be significant to the Triangle Fund because not only did the Corning Area Youth Center kids who we've supported for many years were involved, but also to have our very first intern, Kate Bolster-Houghton, involved with that is something very meaningful.
It's amazing how everything fits together and looks, and even with the mural that was up there before that was the High School Learning Centers, they weren't the same group of kids, it was a totally different theme, but it looks so great together, the way it shows the way the community comes together too, with the different kids that were working together and all the people, so I think it's kind of symbolic.
Every artist would love the opportunity to be able to do such a large piece in their community. It benefits our students so much more because they really need to have a positive effect on their community.
And in doing so this time, they're able to actually create kind of a lesson plan, so to speak, something that I can use with future classes.
I envision children who are now 12, 13 years old who participated, coming back in 10 years with children in hand, being extremely proud of something that they contributed to the Corning community.
Every time I drive down the highway, I'm just I helped make that mural, I have imprinted the community and it makes me feel special.
I think it's been transforming for a lot of the kids.
Honestly, no, I won't throw anything on the ground or anything because I felt more part of the community.
People of all ages, not just adults, can do it. That's what really makes it special.
The overall process was just a really great experience. Cool because I did have an impact on the community and I did something to help out the community and I was part of that, so I kind of felt proud of myself.
I can see when people walk down there or just see it when they park in the morning and say, wow, some students got together and they did that. And I feel like that improves the image of Corning.
For us to believe in young people enough to give them an opportunity to do a project like this, I think should be repeated.
I'm just excited to see what's next.